What is up, YouTube? This is Paul, back with another video. And tonight I've got a very special guest, Ollie. Do you want to... Yeah.
Hello, YouTubers. How's it going? My name's Ollie. How are you?
This is my mate, Ollie. Come round for the night, have a few beers, play some video games. Anyway, we just thought we'd do a video about a video game. So, Ollie, let me start by saying welcome to my house. And this is your debut on YouTube. Say hello to the people out there. So what's up, YouTubers?
How you going, YouTube? How's it going?
My YouTube community. Anyway, let's start the video. So Ollie, what's your favourite game of all time?
Oh, Paul, that's a good question.
Hang on a sec before you do. Cheers. Cheers, mate. All right. Let's carry on. What's your favourite game of all time? And also, what is your favourite games console of all time?
Ooh, God, that's a good question.
I'll get in the shot a bit. You're going off camera.
I mean, all the I own.
Come this way a bit more.
Oh.
You got to get in the camera.
Oh, right.
In the shot.
I do own pretty much most consoles going, or most of the retro ones and most of the new ones. I suppose retro ones probably. I love the Streets of Rage games on the Sega Mega Drive.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Good taste.
Especially the second one, as a lot of other people do. It's just. It's just so addictive and just, I never get bored of it.
Yeah, I can vouch for that. The Streets of Rage games are one of my favourite games ever. So, yeah, definitely Streets of Rage.
Yeah. And I've got the new one for the PS4 as well, Streets of Rage 4, that I'm currently playing at the moment.
Yeah, I've got that for the Switch and the Switch Lite, also for my Xbox One. So, yeah.
Yeah, and managed to complete it on Mania with all the new characters and a few of the old ones. So I'd like to think I'm doing pretty well on that. But there's just that many. There's just that many good games. It's just hard to really narrow them down. But the Streets of Rage, especially the second one, like I say, it's an absolute classic.
Yeah.
And I'm playing the fourth one in the moment. But I really like the Resident Evil games as well. I really enjoy them.
Yeah. My followers on YouTube know, because I've said it in the past, that Streets of Rage is my favourite franchise of all time. I love Streets of Rage. I've also mentioned in my previous videos that I used to play them every day.
Yeah.
Get home from school, do your homework, and I'm right on Streets of Rage.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely Streets of Rage. So what other games? One of your favourite games of all time from back in the day?
Well, obviously the Sonic games, they're timeless classics, and the Mario Brothers as well.
Yeah, you can't beat Mario.
Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3 for the NES. The NES.
Do you play any of the newer Mario games, like Mario 3D World and all that kind of stuff?
Not that one. I've got Mario Sunshine for the GameCube.
Yeah.
And Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64.
What about Mario Odyssey, the recent one for the Nintendo Switch? Mario Odyssey.
No, I've not played them, unfortunately.
And you got that? Is it Mario Rabbids? I think it's called Mario Rabbids.
Yeah, or Rabbids, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah. So so out of consoles, what is probably your favourite console of all time? Going right back to like the Atari, the first ever Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Mega Drive.
I had an Amstrad CPC 464 with the colour monitor.
Oh right, yeah.
I had a mate who had the green monitor, but I was fortunate enough to have a colour one, and it just takes me back because it was I think it was old cassette tapes you used to load the games and whatnot and play them.
That brings back the days.
But I think, you know, games like Double Dragon on
yeah.
there.
Double Dragon, definitely.
Oh God, what other ones were there? I think I had RoboCop for it as well. That was good.
Yeah.
And oh blimey, I can't actually, mate. It's going back that many years ago. I can't remember what other games I had on it, but yeah, you know, because consoles started to come out when I was sort of you know, 11 or 12, and maybe even slightly earlier than that. But I've just been hooked on them ever since.
Yeah.
And I've pretty much most consoles.
So what was the console that made you a console gamer? What's the first console that, you know, the first ever console that turned you into a console gamer?
The Nintendo NES.
The NES, classic. That is classic. Yeah, classic NES.
With the big grey cartridges.
Yeah. I never had that myself. I wanted a Super Nintendo, but I got a Sega Mega Drive instead.
Yeah.
I love that just as much too, but I never had a Nintendo. The only Nintendo I ever had was the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
I wanted Nintendo, but I ended up with a Sega. Sega's still good, but at the time I wanted a Super Nintendo, but yeah.
Yeah. I think your mum and dad bought you a Mega Drive.
Yeah, I told the story.
Master System,
I told the story on YouTube a while back that how I was expecting a Super Nintendo for Christmas one Christmas years ago, and you know, I kept pestering my parents about what console I'm getting, and they said, "Oh yeah, you're getting a console. We're not going to tell you which one, but you're getting a console." And then when I opened it, and it was a Mega Drive, and I had one game with it, and I think it was either Golden Axe or Streets of Rage.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh, this ain't going to be good. And I set it all up, started playing it. I was on it all that day, that Christmas day.
Yeah, but some fantastic consoles over the years, and like I say, I've pretty much had all of them. I think there was only the odd ones I didn't have. I didn't have a Master System, unfortunately, or a Sega Saturn, but and I've not got a Switch at the moment. Well, my sister's got an Xbox One X, but I've not got it in my house or anything like that. But apart from those few systems, I think I've had pretty much everything else. And I've only had 3 handheld systems, an Atari Lynx, a Game Boy and a Sega Game Gear. I've not had a PS Vita or, you know, any other handheld systems. But I've had, like, you know, the really old ones there.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, I suppose just the classic games like the Streets of Rage, the Sonics, the Mario Brothers.
Yeah, classic stuff.
And there's, definitely, you know, Golden Axe as well, and the odds of the few, you know, the Super Contra games as well.
Yeah, Contra. And, definitely.
The old Resident Evil games on the PlayStation and things like that. So, just really enjoying my games from all those years ago up to present day, and I still play them, and looking forward to getting the PS5 and you're getting your Xbox on.
Maybe we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll see. But anyway, moving on. How would you compare today's video games to the old school generation, like the old school games? How would you compare today's modern games with the retro games?
Well, I suppose with the retro games, obviously, because, you know, with the age of them and they're pretty old and everything, they are of a basic format.
Yeah.
But they're pretty simple to play, and they're just you know, I suppose they're the sorts of games that people of any age can really just pick up and instantly play.
See, that's the one thing with the retro consoles is when you get a retro console, there's none of this updating business. Like with the modern consoles, you turn it on, the first thing you got to do is update the software. And then when you get a game, you put that in, you got to update the game, and then you're waiting more before you can even play the game.
Yeah.
Whereas with the retro consoles like the Nintendo, Sega and all that, there's no updates. You turn it on, put the cartridge in,
And away you
And
go.
away,
don't
yeah,
you?
exactly. Away you go. I mean, that's the best thing about the retro consoles. There's no waiting for updating software or the games or whatever. Just
Yeah.
put the cartridge in, turn it on, and off you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And but I suppose as the years go on, obviously the graphics get better and the sound gets better with games. The gameplay does become more in depth and more lifelike to obviously real life and things like that.
yeah, I've often said,
You know,
on my videos that I think because I don't know if you would agree with this, but because the graphics are getting so realistic, it kind of takes away the fun factor. Like the more realistic a game is, the less fun it's going to be to play.
yeah,
Would
yeah.
you agree with that or disagree or?
Um, yeah, I think, yeah, I think I would to a degree.
Because it's
Um,
so realistic, so it kind of it takes the fun away from the game.
Yeah, yeah. You,
Yeah.
you probably feel like you're a bit too involved in the game rather than it just being a straightforward game that you can just
I
plug
mean,
in
because
and,
games are
put
supposed to
on
be
and,
fun. I mean,
you
who
know.
really wants to be playing the game, which is like real life? I mean, let's face it, in real life, there's not really much fun or excitement or anything like that.
Well, not at the
Not
moment,
at the
is there?
moment, but when you play a video game, it's supposed to
It
take
takes you
you.
away
Yeah, it's supposed to
from,
take you away
yeah.
from reality and take you to a magical place. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I can relate to that. Yeah, I agree with you there. Um, but yeah, like I say, with the older games, I think people of near enough any generation can play them because they are pretty simple just to load up and they've got basic controls
yeah,
and
exactly.
the characters relate to like basic inputs and things like that, mainly
Yeah,
jump, shoot, and a few other various ways of controlling characters and using them and whatnot.
yeah,
Whereas the modern gameplay today is probably more aimed at younger people,
yeah,
probably your teenagers to like 30s, maybe 40s. And the more in depth as to like how you control the characters, and there's a bit more to them. Whereas someone of an older generation could just pick up Mario and Sonic and just play them just like that, and probably end up completing the game
yeah.
pretty easy. Well, I'll say easily, but could complete the game relatively well.
I've got to say, I've got to admit though that today's graphics they are unbelievable. I mean, it's getting
Mm,
to the point now where, say, I know there's not a lot of sports game fans out there, but I particularly I love playing the NBA 2K franchise games. I've
yeah,
got to say today, like the graphics on the new NBA games, it's like when you first put the game on, it's like you're watching an actual game. It's so
yeah,
lifelike
yeah,
compared to back in the day. You could
yeah,
see it's just a game, but
yeah,
nowadays you're playing like an NBA 2K game. It's like, am I playing the game or am I actually watching a real game? Yeah, it's so
yeah,
lifelike, mate.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I can fully relate to what you're saying there.
Yeah,
Um, pardon me. Yeah, but yeah, I suppose as time goes on, obviously games are going to develop more and more, and I suppose become more lifelike in a way. Although, like you say, that's probably not
yeah.
necessarily a good thing. But
Right. Do you think there'll ever be
but
a point in time where game graphics get to actual photography graphics? Like it's
yeah,
like picture perfect.
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
How
yeah.
long would you say it will be until we get to that, until we get to
Oh,
that point?
I reckon. Sorry, I reckon
So
within the next 5 or 10 years, I reckon.
we'll get to like perfect picture
Yeah,
quality.
well, probably within the next 10 years, I'd say. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I think within the next 5 or 10 years, you're going to start seeing a big leap in technology. And
yeah,
although technology for the new Series X and PS5 are going to be, pretty groundbreaking, but I think for when the next consoles come out after that, they're going to be really sort of breathtaking and
yeah,
blow you away and everything.
yeah.
So you know, maybe virtual reality will really start kicking in with those ones. I think they will with these next ones, but then the consoles after, I think virtual reality is really going to take over, and you know, it's going to be revolutionary in
I look forward to that day.
Definitely. You know, and wearing a headset and just, you know, probably feeling as though you're immersed in the game. You're actually in it, you know.
All right. So quickly moving on. What, not game consoles, but what was your first ever computer? Doesn't have to be a games console. It could be a PC or.
Oh,
whatever.
It was the.
Did you ever have a PC or?
Well, like I said a few moments ago, I had an Amstrad CPC 464, a colour monitor one. Yeah. And like I say, my friend, one of my friends had one with a green monitor. So I thought I was quite lucky to have a colour monitor, obviously seeing everything how it should look.
Did you ever play the Commodore 64?
I had a friend who had one. I did play that a good few times.
One of my friends that lives down the road just from me, he had a Commodore 64, and I used to go down around his house quite a lot just to play the Commodore 64. I thought that was an incredible machine. I thought, yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, and the Amiga as well.
Yeah.
I think I even played a Spectrum the odd time as well.
You must be able to read my mind, because I was just about to bring that up. My first ever computer was a Spectrum.
Oh, really? Oh.
I can remember getting it for one Christmas, and I didn't really like it that much. I mean, because I wasn't really, I didn't know how technology worked back then. It's like, because I think it was a Spectrum, it used tapes, right? Cassette tapes.
Yeah.
And it didn't always load right away. I mean, you would have to wait a few minutes for it to load up the game. And back then, I just thought there was something wrong with the computer. So eventually, we took it back, and that's when I got a Sega Mega Drive. So yeah, tonight you've been playing my Xbox One. Is there anything you want to say about the Xbox and what you think of it, especially the backwards compatibility?
Well, yeah, because we've tried a couple of 360 games on it. It's really boosted the graphics.
Name the 360 games that we played.
Fight Night Champion and Red Dead Redemption.
And what do you think to the graphics of those two games on the Xbox One?
Yeah, fantastic. They do look like Xbox One games. Brilliant. I couldn't believe it when I saw the boost in quality. They're they are a fantastic boost from the normal 360.
See, this is exactly what I've been saying. I'm not an Xbox fanboy at all. I mean, I like PlayStation and Xbox. I've got both consoles, but to me personally, I think there's more value. You get more value from Xbox because you're able to play 360 games versus the PlayStation 4. You can't play the PlayStation 3 games on the PlayStation 4. You can go on like PlayStation Now and re-download the games that you already have, but you're spending money to play something that you already have versus the Xbox One. Like tonight, we've been playing the first ever Red Dead game and Fight Night, and the graphics are amazing.
Oh yeah, I couldn't agree more, Paul. I was, pretty much blown away when I saw, especially Red Dead, the first one.
Yeah.
Although the Fight Night's a good one as well. But when I saw the first Red Dead, I was pretty blown away by it. I thought, God, what how impressive it looked and everything.
That's what I've been saying all along. Personally, to me, I just think there's more value with an Xbox because I'm able to play a lot of my 360 games. I mean, I know a lot of people aren't really that bothered about backwards compatibility, but to me, being an old school gamer, I like that feature. Yeah. So Anyway, are we going to wrap this video up because we're nearly at 20 minutes?
Yeah. But nice talking to you, YouTube, and we'll look forward to hearing your comments.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be around again sometime, and we can do another video.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is my mate Ollie.
Yeah, signing
in the house.
Yeah. See you later, YouTube. See
anyway,
you on the next one.
If you like the video, please smash that like button and subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.